Ryan the libero. It's dug out by Finoff over to McGowan. Setting up Brooks again. It's dug out by Cook. Ryan sends that one over and in. The fake pass works effectively here for Austin Peay. Barron's serve. Finoff sends over to McGowan. Tries a fake pass. Saved by Barron and down.
Nice job there by McGowan.
McGowan, freshman out of Cleveland, Tennessee. Back to serve. Off of Cook. Ryan. Now the Carnathan. And that one is deflected into the third row. And a kill for the team's leader.
Responsibilities now.
Small digs this one out over to McGowan. Sent over here. Lapel goes. Duyos now to Carnathan. Right on the back line to tie it up at 16. Small digs it out. McGowan over to Brooks. Right off of Barron and down. Another Lion lead. In for Brooks, back to serve here for North Alabama. Off of Carnathan. Duyos back to Carnathan. Blocked by Keating. Now Ricketts tries to take advantage. Cook gets it in the air. Duyos, Carnathan. That one's in. Tied up at 17. Her 6th of the first set. Sunday trying to make a good little comeback here in the first set. Gerner digs it out. McGowan. Now over to Martin. That one is dug out on the back line. And Duyos saves it, and over the net is McKenzie. Small. McGowan. Ricketts. Not stopping that one. The Lions retake the lead. It was dug out by Gerner. McGowan. Here to Martin. Off the top of the net and in. Sometimes you can use the net to your advantage, and that was
and
one
nice
of those.
time.
Small back to serve. It's dug out by Loris. Duyos. Here to Kopaz. Dug out by Gerner. McGowan. Ricketts. Sent into the Austin Peay bench, and the lead is down to 1.
Back on North Alabama.
Next serve. Dug out by Gerner. Over to Sargent and Rita with the block. Back-to-back blocks for the Governors, getting that lead back out to 3.
In the middle.
Her 4th kill of the night. Next serve from Ryan. Dug out by Small. McGowan. Here to Ricketts. Right on the back line. Ricketts, 7th kill of the night. Cuts the lead to 1. Ricketts back to serve again. And miscommunication. Brooks, that's a creative way to get it over. McGowan over to Brooks. That one's in. Back-to-back kills. She's got 11. It's a 6-point Lion lead. Cook digs it out. Nobody there. How about 4 aces on the night for the freshman?
What a great job there by Ricketts.
I don't see many kill attempts go off of someone's head.
Yeah.
Finoff digs it out. McGowan here to Brooks. Tipped over. Saved by Rita. Back to Sargent. Takes advantage. Set point here for the Lions. Dug out by Gerner. Small. Over to Ricketts. She does get it over and in.
Goodness. I don't know how she got that in.
Her 11th kill comes at a great time as the Lions are going to improve here to 15-11 overall and 9-4 within the ASUN. The Governors will drop to 2-24 overall and 1-13 within the league. Our player of the game, Haley Martin. What a great night for her. 9 kills, 2 blocks, and a .429 hit percentage here for North Alabama.
Well, and she just made things happen there going into that second set. She came alive and really, I think, took them through that second one and stayed hot in this third one. And McGowan just kept going to her. A very smart play on her part.
Speaking of McGowan, 32 assists and led the team with 14 digs, doing everything on the back line here for the Lions. So UNA will pick up their 15th win here of the season and their 9th within the ASUN. So for Andy Jones, I'm AJ Good saying so long from CB&S Bank Arena in Florence, Alabama. Final score, the Lions winning this one over the Governors 3-0. All games airing on the ESPN family of networks are streaming live and are archived on the ESPN app. It's been a presentation of ESPN. Garrett will go back and serve. Dug out by Small. Osoy. Now to Teets. Nothing stopping that one. Her 7th kill. Lions lead by 1, 3-2 for Ayanna. Shifley serve. Dug out by Small. Osoy. Here to Sargent, blocked and in by Williams. Floyd, one of the few seniors on the squad for North Alabama out of Louisville, Kentucky. Floyd serve, dug out by Williams. Garrett now back to Williams, dug out by Small. Osoy to Ricketts. That one almost back to the DJ, and we're tied up at 6 as Ricketts picks up her 8th kill. Who cannot get any sort of a lead on each other here as that one's dug out by Konopka, saved by Williams. Mosley over the net. Small. Osoy here to Ricketts. That one's in. Back-to-back kills from the freshman makes it 7-6 Lions. Rantanen serve. Osoy now to Brooks. That one sent back to the Lions. Finoff. Osoy now to Sargent. That one's in, splitting the Gamecock defense to tie it up at 1. Small back to serve here for the Lions. That is over, dug out by Williams. Garrett here to Havikos. Blocked, sent back, and wide. So Ricketts with the block. The Lions with the 3-2 lead. 6th block of the match for North Alabama. Serve from Ricketts, dug out by Williams, saved by Mosley, and Konopka over the net. Small, Osoy here to Teets, right on the back line, and the Lions with the 2-point lead. 10th kill there for Teets, came in 2nd on the team in kills.
Oh, good serve.
Sargent now over to Williams, blocked, and in! Sargent that time with the block, a 6-point lead for North Alabama. Dug out by Shifley over to Garrett. Sending up Williams. And blocked down the Rantanen. Shifley back to Williams again. Tipped over. Dug out by Osoy. Brown. Now to Teets. Tipped over. Diving save by Shifley. Sargent takes advantage. Wilkinson digs it out. Konopka. Now Shifley over. Dug out by Brown. Osoy. Here to Brooks. Tipped. Dug out by Williams. Garrett slaps that one over and in.
Oh, great play there by Garrett.
Serve here from Finoff, dug out by Williams. Garrett can't save that one. It's a ace for Finoff, and now set point for the Lions. Hopewell Junction, New York. Dug out by Small. Osoy. Here to Sargent, tipped over, saved by Ayana. Lynch now to Havikos, can't make it over. And the Lions at 4 stay 5th in decisive set. Taking the 4th here, 25-15. We'll take a short break, and we'll have the conclusion of the match here between Jacksonville State and North Alabama next on ESPN. And we head into the backstretch of the college volleyball season here in ASUN action as the Lions of North Alabama will host the Governors of Austin Peay. This is AJ Good, joined by the legend here in Andy Jones for this Friday evening conference contest. Take a look at the ASUN standings coming into tonight. North Alabama has submitted theirself in the conference tournament, sitting here at 8-4 in the league, 14-11 overall. Austin Peay gone through a rough season so far, just 1-12 in the league and 2-23 overall. Speaking of Austin Peay, coming in with a interim head coach and Connor Crawford here in his 4th season at the school. Had to let go of head coach Taylor Mott after 13 seasons. Record's a little bit deceiving here, Andy. They've played 5 5-set matches and 6 4-set matches this year, so 11 have come pretty close for this team.
Well, you can tell, and they're a hard-working team. They battle. There's no give up in them. So they'll give North Alabama everything they've got tonight.
And one of those 5-set matches did come against North Alabama. Speaking of the Lions, here's their ASUN rundown so far. You take a look at their wins and their losses, and they have 3 5-set matches. 2 of those came during their recent 4-game win streak here, 8-4 overall. One of the biggest reasons is Reese Ricketts, fresh off of her 5th ASUN Freshman of the Week and 6th weekly honor after taking the Player of the Week. She's done really great so far this year for North Alabama.
She has just been outstanding, and Coach Johnson was so excited about getting her here, and she has really lived up to all expectations. I tell you, they had a heartbreaker the other night against North Florida, so they are looking to rebound from that and try to take it to Austin Peay pretty quickly here.
Last time these two met up was an absolute thriller over in Clarksville. Austin Peay taking the first two sets from the Lions, but then the Lions roaring back in the third, fourth, and dominating in the fifth. Ricketts 22 kills, Brooks with 13. So these two are very familiar with each other, and even when you look at Austin Peay's record, certainly deceiving, knowing that they've taken this team to 5 sets once before.
Well, and you saw the dominant hitters on that, Carnathan for Austin Peay and Ricketts for North Alabama, and you see the same thing from them here tonight as well.
North Alabama came into this evening's contest here at 14-11. Their first 10 games, Andy, here started at 3-7, but after they beat the Crimson Tide of Alabama on the road of 3-0 there on September 18th, this team has gone 10-4, 8 of those wins coming here in conference play.
Just, you know, what that win over Alabama did for the confidence of this team, you know, you just can't say enough about that. And to go 10-4 since then in conference play has been very meaningful for this squad. And, you know, they've gotten themselves now in a position to make it to the conference tournament. And, you know, anything goes once you make that tournament. It's anybody's game.
Tristan Johnson, you know, that win felt good for him, really good. He was a former assistant there at Alabama in his third season here for the Lions at 43, 38 overall record here. Spent 2 seasons, as we mentioned, as an assistant over at Alabama. And Andy, he has really rebuilt this program into a strong contender here in the A-Sun.
He really has. He's getting it back to a program that, you know, has been in the past, the winning tradition, and he has really worked hard to rebuild and get it back to that point. I tell you, AJ, that first set, Austin Peay actually led North Alabama in kills, but North Alabama only had 2 attack errors. They hit for nearly 300 hitting percentage, which is outstanding, and also the play at the net with the blocking. 8 blocks by this North Alabama team is the difference.
And 4 dropping in for points is Austin Peay hitting at their season average here, Andy, of 162. But North Alabama hitting above that season average, like you mentioned, just a hair below 300 there at 297. Brooks and Ricketts doing their thing there with 4 kills. Carnathan doing what she does best for the Governors, leading them with 6 kills there in the first set. From the campus of the University of North Alabama, it's time for A-Sun Volleyball, the final game of the UNA Invitational. It's an in-state matchup here featuring the Gamecocks from Jacksonville State and the Lions from North Alabama. This is AJ Good, joined alongside by the legend and Andy Jones. This is the third and final matchup for both of these sides here in this Invitational this week. For Jacksonville State, lost both of their games this week, all of them by 5 sets here to UAB yesterday, 3-2. Then in the nightcap to Arkansas State, 3-2. On the other side for North Alabama, also lost both of their games, 3-1 to Arkansas State, a game in which they had 17 service errors. And on the other side, it was a 3-0 loss against UAB. Game where they just hit .51 hitting percentage, Andy, and not exactly a good hitting percentage to start things off.
It's really been a rough weekend, I would say, for both squads, and you know, they would like to remedy that with this particular match. And this is a long-standing rivalry. None of these girls would know about, but it goes way back. And so just to in-state, anytime you've got an in-state thing, you want to try to come out on top. So both teams are really going to try to get after it today to have a better feeling about this weekend.
One of the girls you're going to look out for is going to be Ellie Garrett for Jacksonville State. 77 assists on the weekend alone, 25 digs. She comes in the team leader with 346 assists here, not even barely through 10 games.
Yeah, just a fantastic job as the setter and delivering the ball, and looking forward to seeing her, and I think she mixes it up real well, so we'll see how she does today.
On the other side, Brenna Teets, 9 kills in each of the game for North Alabama, 9 against Arkansas State, 9 against UAB, hit almost .35 against the Red Bulls, but needing to get some better hit percentage. Not just her, the rest of the team here this afternoon.
Right. North Alabama really worked on that right side, and Teets did a good job both matches getting scores, but they've really got to do a better job at passing the ball to work on trying to get that attack percentage up today for sure.
It's going to be the 77th all-time meeting here between these two. Starting lineups for Jacksonville State: Garrett, Williams, Shifley, Mosley, Rantanen, Konopka, and Ayana. For North Alabama: Finoff, Osoy, Sargent, Ricketts, Floyd, Brown, and Small. Jacksonville State and North Alabama are no strangers to each other. It's the 77th all-time meeting. UNA with the all-time series lead here at 39-37. The last time these two met up when they were both in the A-Sun in 2022. During their time in the A-Sun together, Jacksonville State led that series 3-0. And North Alabama looking for their first win over the Gamecocks since 1998.
And I have to say, AJ, I was involved in many of those contests with Jacksonville State back in the 80s, early 90s, when we were both part of the Gulf South Conference. So it goes way back.
Derek Schroeder, certainly no stranger to women's college volleyball in his second season at Jacksonville State. 11-25 overall so far with the Gamecocks, but they went just 5-22 a year ago. They're 6-3 coming into this match. He won a pair of SoCon titles both at Sanford and at Mercer. It's 4 all-time trips to the NCAA tournament, trying to do the same here with the Gamecocks.
Small gets that up. Now Ricketts, sharply, a nice run for the Lions to get within 2.
Defense leading the offense, and UNA kind of struggled with that early part of the set. Now you're seeing that it's starting to set up, and hey, Queens seeing the run going in the opposite direction as UNA here is now cut it down to 1 after being down 6. It felt like 5 minutes ago, and it really was just a couple minutes ago.
And now a timeout called by head coach Hannah Long for the Queens Royals. That is 5 straight for North Alabama. And you see Tristan Johnson huddling up with his team. What's been the biggest difference that you've seen in the last few minutes or so?
Just how they're hitting and how their shape has gone. They were out of sorts, and you could tell a little bit that Queens was sending some different players. You know, the Johnsons are team leaders here in kills, but they've only have, I think, 1 kill attempt here in the entire match so far. So UNA was a little bit out of sorts. They kind of game plan for the Johnsons, but you see McDuffie, you see Norris getting involved with it now that they've kind of got everybody understood here. And, you know, defensively, volleyball, it's a team sport. Everybody's got to be around, which is why UNA is the best in the conference, because you have to get everyone involved. You can't have one person getting all your kills. It has to be a team effort. That means your outside hitters, everyone's got to be involved. They weren't that way when Queens went on that run. Now they're that way, and now it's a 1-point game.
Here's Brooks. Not much you can do about that.
No, not much you can stop it. That's a howitzer coming out there at 95 miles an hour, and you just pray that it goes long, but in that situation, stay between the lines.
Oh, man. Hello, Allie Johnson.
And it's only a matter of time the team's leader in kills can come alive, and she did right there. Thunderous response there to give them a 2-point lead.
Johnson, another good one.
Got her going. UNA's got to start accounting for that there. And so just like in football, you don't always have to hit your #1 receiver. If you can hit the other guys, you can start opening up for your big hitter. And there comes Johnson starting to come alive.
Over that at this point in the match. The UNA leads this 3rd set, and they've got an ace to go up 4.
And of course, you needed Finoff there to come away with that. The team's leader in aces. I believe that's her 3rd so far here this afternoon.
How about Ricketts? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, really good digs on the back end. Give Floyd a lot of credit back there. Really good passes there, leading to big kills. And again, McGowan just setting him up one after another.
That, honestly.
I probably should have at the time, to be honest.
Here's Johnson. That's blocked by UNA.
And a McGowan, how about that? Doing everything, digging it, setting it up, and then coming away with a huge block.
Man, Kinsley McGowan, since checking in late in the 2nd set, has done just about everything she needs to for the Lions.
Look at her elevating there, getting up, and that ball actually hit her on the wrist. It didn't hit the hand, so she really elevated there for the block.
And you see the conversation for North Alabama. And as we mentioned a moment ago, Queens, for the most part today, has done a great job coming out of timeouts, immediately grabbing momentum back. But that sequence right there, the first time it seems like the Lions were able to sustain the energy.
Yeah, they outscored them, come from one timeout to another. And look at the body language here from the Lions. Much more energy, a little bit more smiles, a whole lot more confidence. They're not as shell-shocked, you know, after what Queens has done previously. And this is a team here that's looking way more confident. They got really good game plan going, and they're executing that game plan. And it's the little things. It's the good dig that leads to a good pass. It leads to a good set. It leads to a good kill attempt. It's all the little things here when you're playing a team like Queens, who is also doing all the little things right. You got to do the little things right as well.